What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video at Above the Break Scouting. Today's video, we're going to focus on Dalen Swain, the guard slash wing from Texas. Swain spent this last season at Texas, where the previous 2 years he was at Xavier University in Ohio. He came to Texas to be a part of a team that had probably higher expectations than where they actually finished this year, but they did have a surprising March run. Swain was a big reason why the Longhorns were able to make a Sweet 16 run. Him being an older player and being in his junior year of college and his physical play style really helped the Longhorns dominate some of their competition in the tournament. Throughout the tournament, Swain really impressed with his ability to get downhill and put pressure on the basket. Swain is a physical finisher at the basket who does not shy away from contact. He actually invites the contact from the defender. At this year's combine, Swain measured in at 6'6.5", weighing in at 211 pounds, with a wingspan of 6'10 and a standing reach of 8'8.5". Swain has all the physical tools of an NBA wing, but he isn't overly athletic. And I'm not saying that he's unathletic. I'm just saying that he's not one of these super high flyers, and the way that he dominates at the rim is with his physicality. I really believe that almost 7-foot wingspan really helps him when he's attacking the basket, because he's able to get long finishes over the defender and go wide with his finishes as well while he's going through the defender's chest. When looking at his stat profile, you can see that he has a 99 rim pressure. What that means is he's one of the best players in this draft at applying pressure to the rim and getting to the basket. Other places that he grades out really well in is rim assist, efficiency, and box creation. So meaning the rim assist is he's able to apply that pressure on the rim and dish it out to an open player, and he's super effective when he does get to the basket. On the defensive side of the ball, you can see he has an 87 in steals, and a lot of these is just playing the lanes and tipping the ball, deflecting it, and coming away with the steal for a fast break layup. He isn't exactly the best on-ball defender, but that also doesn't mean that he's a bad on-ball defender. He's pretty serviceable when it comes to the defensive side of the ball, and I think when he gets to the NBA early on, that's something he's really going to want to hammer in on and make sure that that's a focus, because that's a way that he's going to see the floor. Especially for a player like Swain, where maybe he's not the best shooter coming out of this draft and that needs a little bit of polishing, being able to play good defense is a way that you can stay on the floor. Starting from the outside in, like I mentioned before, he obviously isn't the best shooter coming out of this draft, but I think the tools are there where he can become at least a serviceable NBA shooter. I'm not saying that he'll be a sniper from downtown, but I also don't think he's going to be a liability while he's on the floor in the modern NBA. I kind of compare it to Josh Hart when he was coming out of Villanova. While he was in school, he was a good shooter, but he wasn't a sniper. You know, nobody looked at him and said, that guy's going to lead the league in three-pointers one year, right? And he obviously hasn't done that in the NBA, but you can look at him and say, that guy can shoot the ball a little bit, and I think that could happen with Swain. Now working our way in, you can see in the short mid and long mid, he shoots pretty effectively there. Obviously better in the short mid than the long mid, but those are also on fewer attempts. Just modern basketball, the mid-range shot is becoming less valuable, even though we do have players that are effective with it. Like I said before, he likes to get downhill and get to the basket, and that's where a majority of his shots come from. And he's shooting 64% from there, which is pretty good for the college level. On this map here, what's really cool and what stands out to me is he doesn't necessarily prefer one side or the other when he's attacking the basket. It's relatively the same coming from the right or the left. And that actually surprised me when I saw this, because when looking at his film, he definitely prefers to go right a lot of the time. When attacking the basket, his go-to is he's going to dribble at the defender and then he's going to spin towards the middle and try to finish that way. When looking at his player comparisons, they definitely are different. None of these players that I look at really remind me too much of Dalen Swain when I watch the film, but I do see what they mean with Evan Turner. And why I see that is it's kind of like this bigger wing, bigger guard that can get downhill and create for others at times. If I'm being completely honest, Swain has honestly been one of the harder players that I've looked at to compare to another player that's currently in the NBA. When I think of best fit for Swain, I think Golden State, I think the Grizzlies, I think the Hornets, and then a dark horse at the back end of the first round is the Los Angeles Lakers. The reason that I think he would be the best fit for those teams is because I think he'll be at his best when he doesn't have to do all the ball handling duty. A lot of time he had to at Texas, but I think in a situation where a team already has a dominant ball handler and he's able to move off the ball, he'll succeed that way. I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and let me know what you think in the comments below.